Don Garber, the MLS Commissioner, told Mohamed Salah to call Lionel Messi and then offered to buy Egypt's football director a TV subscription. Don Garber, the Commissioner of Major League Soccer, just publicly told one of the greatest players alive to call Lionel Messi and ask how happy he is. When Egypt's national football director, a man who has since admitted he doesn't even try to watch Messi, fired back that nobody would even remember Salah in MLS, Garber offered to buy the man an MLS season pass on Apple TV so he could go watch Messi himself. This is a real thing that happened. It is happening right now. And it gets better from there. Here is the situation. Mohamed Salah, 9 years at Liverpool, 255 goals, 4 Premier League Golden Boots, a Champions League winner, left Anfield this summer as a free agent at 34. His contract was terminated early by mutual agreement in March. He is, as of this week, unsigned. And the entire global football world is arguing about where he goes next, with MLS Commissioner Don Garber right in the middle of it, waving his arms. Garber had been watching his moment carefully. Back in December, at the ceremony where Messi picked up his second straight MLS Most Valuable Player award and helped Inter Miami claim their first MLS Cup in 2025, the first player in league history to win the MVP back-to-back, a reporter asked Garber about Salah. Garber, surrounded by living proof that his pitch works, said, "Obviously, if he ever decides to come to Major League Soccer, we'd welcome him with open arms. I'd say he should reach out to Leo and reach out to Thomas Müller, Müller being the German legend who joined MLS this year, and see how happy they've been and how successful they've been and how much they've really embraced being in Major League Soccer." Reach out to Leo. That is the pitch. Not a press release, not a transfer fee. Call the guy, see how he's doing. Then in March, once Liverpool officially confirmed Salah was leaving, Garber went full send. Mo Salah is one of the great players in the history of the Premier League, he told reporters. I'd love to see him in our league. I couldn't say that until he announced he was leaving Liverpool. What a great player he would be in MLS, and I think we would provide him with a great platform. Note the phrasing. I couldn't say that until. The man had the line ready. He was waiting. But here is where it gets good. Not everyone agreed that MLS was a platform worth anything. And the person who disagreed most loudly was Ibrahim Hassan, Egypt's national team technical director. Hassan went on Egyptian television and said verbatim, a move to Major League Soccer? He would be far too far out of the spotlight. You won't remember Salah any more than I remember Lionel Messi now. I don't even try to watch him. Sit with that, Egypt's national football director said out loud on television that he does not even try to watch the man who just won the MLS MVP award for the second straight year. The man who finished last season with 29 goals and 19 assists. The man whose total earnings from Inter Miami between salary, Apple TV revenue share, and commercial deals reportedly lands somewhere between $70 and $80 million a year, according to Bloomberg. Hassan said, I don't even try. He also added, for good measure, that if Europe does not work out, Salah should consider the Saudi League, especially with big names such as Cristiano Ronaldo, which as a closer is pretty confident. Very confident, actually. And that is when Don Garber responded with what stands as the most petty and perfect thing a sports commissioner has ever said in a formal interview. When journalists told him what Hassan had said, Garber replied, "Well, that's the first time that I've ever heard anything like that. Leo Messi is the most popular player in the world. He was, and he still is. I'd be happy to send an Apple TV subscription to the head of the Egyptian FA so he can watch as many Messi games as he'd like." He offered to buy the man a television subscription because MLS games stream on Apple TV Plus through the MLS Season Pass, a 10-year, $2.5 billion deal that is the backbone of how this league now distributes itself to the world. This is not a metaphor. This is a real specific offer. Garber was going to personally expense the Egyptian Football Association's technical director a streaming service so he could go watch the evidence. Now here is the detail that reframes this whole argument, and it is the one nobody is leading with. Ibrahim Hassan, the man who said Salah would disappear in America, works alongside his twin brother Hassan, who coaches the Egyptian national team. And where did Egypt just play their best ever World Cup campaign? In North America. In Major League Soccer stadiums. Salah scored the goal that gave Egypt their first ever World Cup win in Vancouver at BC Place, home ground of the Vancouver Whitecaps, pumping his fist in front of a sellout crowd of red-clad Egyptian fans. He then played all 120 minutes of a penalty shootout win over Australia. Egypt's run only ended against Argentina. The argument that Salah would vanish in America played out while Salah was having the most iconic month of his entire international career. In America, in the venues this league fills every week. Now, the complicated part, because there always is one. San Diego FC has been heavily linked to Salah, partly because their owner Mohamed Mansour is British-Egyptian and has openly said he is proud of what Salah represents. But Mansour also admitted that a Salah signing isn't really within our model. San Diego carries the 12th youngest roster in MLS. Average age 25.5, and they are building long. And the Right to Dream Academy pipeline that underpins their entire recruitment philosophy is not built for a 34-year-old designated player on a marquee deal. Inter Miami, the obvious glamour destination, reportedly has no available designated player slots. Each MLS club gets 3 of those, the mechanism that lets clubs sign players at salaries above the league cap, the same rule that brought Messi here. They would need a full squad reshuffle. Chicago Fire has been mentioned. Nothing is confirmed anywhere. As of July 17th, Salah's agent, Rami Abbas Issa, posted, "We still do not know where Mohamed will play next season, but we may know very soon." That was 4 days ago. Reports of a deal in principle with the Saudi club remain unconfirmed as of this script. Turkish club Besiktas has reportedly made a first offer. John Barnes, the former Liverpool star, told Betfred this week that no European club will pay Salah what he wants. The bracket is narrowing. Here is what we are actually watching. Garber has been running a deliberate public campaign. Careful in December, when Salah was still under contract. Loud in March, once the door opened. He used Messi's MVP ceremony as a backdrop. He used the Müller and Son Heung-min signings as proof of concept. Son joined LAFC, Los Angeles FC, for a reported MLS record $26 million transfer fee. And then Garber started offering MLS season pass subscriptions to foreign football directors. This is a man who knows exactly what he is doing. Whether it works is a different question. Salah's decision is coming. The window is open. And somewhere in all of this, Egypt's national team director is, presumably, not watching Messi. Maybe someone should send him that subscription anyway.